Trump wants to take over Gaza and turn it into what he calls the Riviera of the Middle East. He also wants to relocate the Palestinians elsewhere. Will Trump's out-of-the-box yet controversial plan succeed? Jayant Das finds out.
It was just a few weeks ago that thousands of Israelis and Palestinians broke into a dance of joy after a much-anticipated truce was reached between Israel and Hamas. The joy traveled far and wide around the world, with hostages belonging to as far as Thailand reuniting with their families after so long. Back in Israel, people lined the streets and cried tears of joy to welcome their loved ones back. In response, Palestinian prisoners were also freed by the Israeli side. Things were finally looking up, but not for long. Cut to the 4th of February. US President Donald Trump shocked the world with his comment that the United States will take control of the Gaza Strip to rebuild it from scratch.
The U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip, and we will do a job with it, too. We'll own it and be responsible for dismantling all of the dangerous unexploded bombs and other weapons on the site, level the site and get rid of the destroyed buildings, level it out, create an economic development that will supply unlimited numbers of jobs and housing for the people of the area.
In another shocking statement, Trump suggested a permanent displacement of the Palestinians from Gaza to Arabian countries such as Jordan and Egypt.
Yeah, I would like to see Jordan. I'd like to see Egypt take some look. The Gaza thing has not worked. It's never worked. And I feel very differently about Gaza than a lot of people. I think they should get a good, fresh, beautiful piece of land.
US Secretary of State Marco Rubio suggested that the displacement would be temporary till the US gets rid of unexploded bombs or other ammunition in the area.
I don't think you want people living next to unexploded munitions and weapons depots that have been left behind or are then placed because of what Hamas has done. So I think that's just a realistic reality that in order to fix a place like that, people are going to have to live somewhere else in the interim.
The White House further softened the tone of Trump's declaration regarding Gaza with Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt clarifying that the US would neither deploy troops in Gaza nor pay for the reconstruction.
The president has not committed to putting boots on the ground in Gaza. He has also said that the United States is not going to pay for the rebuilding of Gaza.
But Trump's Gaza plan withdrew heavy criticism from many world leaders. China's foreign ministry said that Gaza belongs to Palestinians and is not a political bargaining chip. United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres said that Trump's plan is against international law and that any form of ethnic cleansing must be avoided. Hamas, Saudi Arabia, and Egypt have all expressed their disagreement with Trump's plan in their respective press statements. However, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said that he is on board with Trump's decision and sees nothing foul in it.
But the actual idea of allowing first Gazans who want to leave, I mean, what's wrong with that? They can leave, they can then come back, they can relocate and come back, but you have to rebuild Gaza. If you want to rebuild Gaza, you can't have, this is the first good idea that I've heard. It's a remarkable idea. And I think it should be really pursued, examined, pursued, and done, because I think it will create a different future for everyone.
Furthermore, Netanyahu reconfirmed Trump's statement on X that no US troops will be required in Gaza to achieve Trump's plans. But what does Trump really want with Gaza? Well, according to Trump, his move will bring Middle East stability and peace, which is long due. He plans to rebuild Gaza into the Riviera of the Middle East, filled with development and employment.
I do see a long-term ownership position, and I see it bringing great stability to that part of the Middle East and maybe the entire Middle East. And everybody I've spoken to, this was not a decision made lightly. Everybody I've spoken to loves the idea of the United States owning that piece of land, developing and creating thousands of jobs with something that will be magnificent.
US Secretary of State Marco Rubio supported Trump's plan with a tweet stating US is ready to lead and make Gaza beautiful again. This statement was very evocative of Trump's popular America First ideology during his election campaigns, namely, make America great again. And what is the stance of the Palestinians on Trump's plan to relocate them? Palestinians rejected the plan as they fear that Trump's Gaza plan will only result in mass expulsions, just like the Arab-Israeli War of 1948, a time they remember as Nakba, which means catastrophe in Arabic. Furthermore, many believe that the plan is just a way for Trump to introduce US control in Gaza. While speculations regarding Trump's Gaza plans are in the air, the position of supporters and opponents of the plan is more or less clear. While Trump has grand ambitions for a recovering Gaza, any action must follow careful thinking so as to not escalate the situation in an undesirable direction. Whether Gaza will become Trump's ideal Riviera or choose to arise again by itself, only time will tell. With inputs from Jayant Das, DD India.